Hello everyone, Dungeon Master 372 here, coming back at you with part 2 of our server spotlight showcasing Rise of Nations server. So in this video you will see me and Excavator 5 continuing on our journey, so feel free to check it out. Any links and descriptions available to you will be in the description below, so feel free to check that out as well. So I will let you all get back onto your video.
The inns are super easy. We can definitely explain that once we're going sightseeing. We'll just jump from town to a few towns here and show you guys what some of the big builds are on the server.
Oh,
ready
yeah.
to go?
Yep, I'm ready.
Alright, before we get started, I'll explain these little blue things for everyone. These are warp stones. You can purchase the ability to warp and use /warps in the donation shop. I think it's like $1.50, $2 or something for a warp, and you can buy them strategically all over the map so that you can, instead of walking here from your last spawn or your last warp location, you can just warp right here. And it makes it a little easier and less travel time because the server is so big. It takes roughly 12 minutes to get from spawn to the northern side of the PvE section. So it's a bit of walking. It's quite a bit. But try to make it as interesting as we can. This is Browerhaven. This is kind of the middle town between Spawn and Apvia. I wanted something that would keep the players kind of busy and not worrying and kind of just dragging on, having to walk all this way. As well, it's kind of a nice little picket town. There's a pretty big inn, sells fresh meat and beer. Also has rooms inside, and they're pretty small. I don't think we walked in this one the last time. Upstairs is all the inns, so definitely we can show them what it looks like. It's up one more flight of stairs here. Here we go. So it's just like the farms, it's white and says for rent. You come in and this is kind of what you get. The beds aren't in these ones, but it's pretty much an outline already that you get everything in here. Very bare bones, but you can make it yourself entirely.
Yep. They kind of thought of everything with this server. And they're going to have a quest line for you and everything for you to do. I mean, there's going to be plenty of things to do once they get everything done. There's one thing that I forgot to mention, that this is still in beta phase, but it will be ready real soon. They've shown me a lot of their work, and it's coming along quite well. So I thought it was a pretty good time to go ahead and get a video started for you all.
Yeah, no, I definitely appreciate it. Like you said, we are still in a closed beta. We do accept applications. It's fairly easy. You just fill out an application and you're basically accepted. We don't say no to anyone. Just for a testing phase, and then everyone will get reset when we actually release the server fully. And we're going to be releasing it without the quest line in it, just to kind of get the basic part of the server done and ready to go, so that players can actually play that first before they get into the questing side of it, because I think that the base should be kind of solidified before we actually get to the funner stuff. But it won't be long after that we actually get the quest running. But yeah, if you guys are ever interested, just come to the website and click on the Ron tab, and it'll take you right to our news feed. And there'll be an open beta or closed beta application, and you just copy paste that, put it in a comment, and you'll be added within a few hours after that, depending on what time you apply at. If it's my time, you'll be on right away. If it's not, it'll be a little while until I get on or home from work. But yeah, it's fairly simple. There's a lot of shops here, a lot of unique shops. I try to disperse everything all over the map to make it so you can't sit in one town and do everything all at once. Just kind of that was kept in mind when the designing of everything was done. I also like to plan everything out on paper prior to actually building it. Makes my life a lot easier and less stressful since I already know what I'm going to be doing. And everything's divided into kingdoms, so roads will change depending on the kingdom you're in. And God's roads are lit with lamps or torches, and I can explain that once we get to Apvia. We'll kind of jump on over there.
And we're here.
Perfect. So as you can tell, we have two statues. The one on the right is Avnikin himself, and his flag bearer is on the left. To explain a little bit of the lore, originally I thought of 5 gods, but then we started talking and kind of figured out more of the map expansion, and we came out with 7 gods. There'll be 7 total gods that run different parts of the map that are those icons. For this part, it's all Avnikin. For the Shadow Kingdom, which is our PvP area, is all Draenorith. Never pronounce his name. I always get it wrong every time I say it. Like even before when we were just talking about it, I could never get it right. Anyways,
Right.
the god with the D name is the god of war, the god of death, the god of fighting. He loves that. That's what he thrives on. So, and Avninkin's the complete opposite. He's a very peaceful, very level-headed god, and he was the icon for everyone. Everyone really liked Avnikin because he was the one that made peace in this land and the one that brought everyone together. Where Dravith, that god, he did not like that. He wanted to completely make chaos and be the next Avnikin. He wanted to be in charge because he was jealous. So what he did was he declared war on Avnikin while Avnikin was building this city of Apvia, and so that's why there's a huge battle placement in front here with a giant wall between 2 mountains, so that he could defend the city and the entire PvE and Avnikin realm. So there's a huge difference, and as you can see, don't worry about the glass thing, that's my test center. The stone wall on the other side was his wall, and this is Avnikin's wall. So you can see that the playfield in between is kind of bare. On the other side of that, it changes completely, because that is the PvP zone. That's where you can actually fight other players, and it's fairly big too. So you guys will be able to pretty much go anywhere and fight if you're just fighting a friend for fun, or if you're actually going to fight people. Now, further explaining the lore, it's really going to get complex, but for the basis of it, there's 5 gods that all run certain parts of the map, and they all represent certain beings in their own way, but that's not a huge part of it. And that's what I always wanted to keep separate from the server, was the fact that there's classes, dwarf, elf, human, orc, all of that. I wanted to keep it separate. So all these gods are a certain type of race, but that is not played into fact that that is an important part of the server. It's more of the gods, it's more of the MMO, it's more of your own experience and what your story is, that you make the adventure yourself as much as how you want it to be, rather than trying to force you to be someone that you might not want to be. So that's why I kind of disagree with some of those class servers in that sense. But we'll move on with kind of showing all of these fabulous builds here. And we won't get into inside the buildings as much. I'll leave that for everyone else as a surprise. You guys can just kind of get the gist of it. Now, these angels were given to me as just the body and them holding a stick. And it wasn't fully complete yet. It was just a little tab at the top. And I put the wings on it and I detailed it a little bit more. And this is what they came out to be before I even started building the city. These are the two things that I put in, because I thought, well, Angels of Avnikin, that works perfectly.
Extremely beautiful. I mean, the work that was put into this just to make it, look excellent. I mean, that's just amazing to me.
Yeah, lots of work has been put in. The co-project manager here, Levi, he's been on and off with school this summer, so it's been very tough for him to get on with all his homework, where I've actually spent most of my time on, because I have a lot of spare time after I'm done work to be able to come on and actually get some of this done. So a lot of this stuff, I spent hours and hours just trying to perfect it, and a lot of it I just threw it together and said, that's it, I'm done with it. And that's a project I'll come back to later, just because I don't want to deal with it. Which is kind of normal for anyone who runs a server and has to build 1,000 items. They just kind of sloppy on some work and very, very perfectionist on others. So, all right, we are in Dayrock, the desert. It's the main desert palace kingdom for the free world. This is probably one of the funnest ones I got to build. Not only do I have to, like, I wouldn't have to put arched roofs on. It was all flat, so kind of manipulating the buildings to just have flat roofs was kind of fun. I didn't have to worry about trying to make fancy roofs or archways or anything. It was all just, no, let's slap a roof on it and it's good to go. So this has a bank, has a general store, has a smith shop, has a jeweler shop, some other small stalls. It has a wine stall, a backpack stall, and all of these housings are available in the portmaster shop, as I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Did I lose you?
No, I was just.
There you are.
Yeah.
This is a portmaster shop. Fairly easy.
Yep. You know, they have pretty much. They got a lot of stuff going on. I mean, as far as their shops, I mean, it's gonna be really fun, I think. Just because they've really got everything together for this, and you know, I just can't stress enough. It's just a lot of good stuff going in, and you know, I'm not much of a role-playing game person myself, but even I want to even give it a shot to just to kind of play around with. So, which is why I'm kind of, you know, promoting and showing the different stuff that's going on. So, just for the players watching that are familiar with me and my style of video, you know that you know, I'm usually a free build type of person, and whenever I do see, you know, excellent builds, I do want to try to highlight those for you guys. So, you know, if you want a good, decent server to come on and play around with, this is one of the servers that you will pretty much want to do.
Yeah, and the builds only get greater from here. These two cities are actually the smallest ones I have planned, and the smallest builds I have planned. Just because I'm trying to get the free world out as fast as I can so I can get players on and see what I'm doing right and see what I'm doing wrong. I haven't actually spent the full amount of time that I can on a build to make it intricate and extravagant. But that'll definitely come in the future. We'll just take a tour around this boat quick, and then we'll head on to our last build here that I can show you guys. I do have other towns, 4 other towns available to be viewed, but since they're not complete and they're kind of more of a small, unique type of thing, there's nothing to highlight with them, but that's totally for you guys to come on and experience yourselves. The whole sail was micro-blocked, as well as the flag on the top, which actually adds quite a bit more depth to it and more detail, which is nice. I've actually found a good use for the micro blocks, and it's hard to actually use them properly when you're using different colored blocks that aren't supported by micro block, and they don't offer in that.
Another thing to kind of highlight, they are using the New World mod pack version 6.4.2, which that may change if there's an update or something. So just keep up with them on the website, which will be in the description below. So yeah, just check that out.
And to add to that, we are actually currently building our own mod pack that best suit Rise of Nations, because I know a lot of the mod packs that Feed the Beast offers by default, except for 2 of them, are very heavy, and they take a lot of power to run. They take a lot of time to load up when you first boot them. So, and there's a lot of unnecessary stuff in this mod pack that I do not want. So it just makes it easier for me to separate everything, and it makes a smaller mod pack for people, so it won't necessarily lag their computer as much for those who have smaller power computers. And introduce to you Drillus. Not the final product of this island, but it's the first actual island we have started building, and probably the most impressive, and the one that I'm actually happy with. We got kind of rocks over there, jagged rocks in the middle of the water, so the ship's got to kind of avoid them carefully. And then we have a fishing dock, so you can come over here with some of your friends and just throw your hook in the water and your bait. And your bait is going to be feathers. Kind of thought that one through. And then here will be a fish stall. You get 16 fish, and like, it's really easy because you don't have to walk across the map to go sell items. You just walk up the steps, sell it, go back down, start fishing again. So it'll take a bit of grinding, but you know, that's a part of the game. That's a part of the design of it. Don't worry about the stone thing. It was just a layout. We got our project board for the island. We do this for all of our builds. We have a board that we put up with shops that we do, planning features and stuff, so we can kind of organize it a little better for those who don't have all of my scriptures and all of my design layouts. So it kind of makes it a little bit easier for them to imagine what I'm going for. And here's a monastery. Not fully complete, but it's 95% complete. And we were talking about the roof and how it kind of accents the town, you know. Rather than just having a wooden roof and something easy, it's like red roof. So it's like, oh, okay, well, if you're talking on the server and you're like, yeah, Drillis, everyone will know Drillis because it's the city that has it's the island that has the shops with the red roofs or the houses with the red roofs. So it also doesn't even look that bad, in my honest opinion. I think it looks perfect.
Yeah, I really like the Bloodwood brick there because it's just a different kind of block, and I think it's new to feed the beast with Minecraft version 1.5, I believe. And so I mean that's pretty a pretty cool little block choice there for the roofs.
And I think I left out one last thing before we head off here. The leveling system, which is fairly simple to explain. It runs off of MCMMO, so your levels on MCMMO reflect your levels on chat. So, and it runs all with unarmed and swords. So level 2 swords, level 2 unarmed, level 2 in game. It's that simple, and it automatically promotes you, so there's nothing you have to hassle with. As long as you get your levels up, you'll level up automatically with it, and that unlocks things such as new weapons, new armor, new tools, new places you're allowed to go, and all that fun stuff. And this is only a tidbit. This whole video is only a tidbit of what we actually have. So I'm trying to explain as much as we can without kind of making your brain hurt with all the information that we're inputting into you. So there's definitely way more to the server than what I just showed you, and what Dungeon is showing you as well. And to give it a try, you know, it's probably going to be one of the best ones out there, I think, and one of the most updated as well, because we're putting a lot of work into this, getting a custom mod pack and a custom texture pack for it as well. So there's only greater things to come from this.
Oh yeah, most definitely. In closing, we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna try to offer even more. I mean, because it's gonna always be a constant work in progress. And, I know that Excavator 5 and his team are really working hard towards this. It's been a very long 6 or 7 months that you said that you was working on this.
Yeah, 7 months. Pretty much every day I come on for at least an hour. Saturdays, Sundays, I'm usually on all day, working as much as I can to get the server in. So it is tough, but it's fun. It's lots of fun.
So with that, guys, I hope you liked everything that you've seen here, and whenever we finish up everything, we'll definitely give you a shout out and everything. So feel free to check out the website. The link and everything will be in the description below. All your information should be posted up on the website, so you'll know right up to date what's going on and how everything's going to be going on and everything else. This is Excavator 5 and Dungeon Master 372. Go ahead and let you all have yourselves another good one. So take it easy, guys.
See ya.